Let's talk about our brand new CNN ORC poll today, which has a bit of a surprise when you look at 2016 and the Republican contenders. First, if Mitt Romney runs, here we go, he would be the overwhelming front runner, but at just 20%. Look at that guy at number 2, Dr. Ben Carson, a non-politician at number 2, then Jeb Bush, Chris Christie, Mike Huckabee. Below that is a pretty impressive field, actually, of a number of other Republican candidates. And here's what happens if Romney does not run. Jeb Bush, can't call him the front runner, it's 14%. Ben Carson hangs in there at 11%, and then Huckabee, Christie, Ryan, no names. Jackie, what this tells me, number one, there is no front runner. The Republican Party is normally, you know who the guy is, and we don't know who the guy is, unless Romney runs, but he says he's not. But the other thing that's interesting to me is Dr. Ben Carson, not a politician. After this midterm election, after the last few years of Washington dysfunction, it's clear that even Republicans are trying to at least think outside the box.
One of the interesting things about Romney is in January of 2011, he also was at 20% in several polls. So there is this sweet spot for Romney, I think, within the Republican Party. But when you're talking about Ben Carson, he seems to be speaking to the activist class in the Republican Party, and they are the ones rallying behind him. They have been looking for someone to sort of carry their banner, and right now they really seem to like Ben Carson.
An African-American Republican, a conservative, and if you travel the country, you go into evangelical bookstores, his books are very popular. Obviously, he had his post, he left his post at Fox News because he's exploring running for president. Is he an interesting candidate, or is he a potential presidential nominee?
I think he's an interesting candidate and who Republicans, conservatives have been buzzing about for more than a year. I remember being at an event in Iowa about 14 months ago, and there were Run, Ben, Run bumper stickers and people who had traveled from other parts of the country to come to Iowa to tell Republicans, look at this guy seriously. What this poll suggests, however, is that the field is just as volatile as it was this time 4 years ago for Republicans. For example, where's Rand Paul? Suddenly has fallen out of the top tier after being in it for much of the last several months, and now Ben Carson jumps up and others slide down, and even Paul Ryan comes up. Right. This is exactly what we saw last time, which suggests it's still very volatile, lots of potential for people to move up, and it also suggests, at least for now, that there's a little bit of that flavor of the month stuff going on.
Flavor of the month stuff going on, and the big names, the known names, name identification matters a lot this early out. Romney, Bush, Christie, Huckabee. All nationally known names. That's what makes Carson so interesting. He leapfrogs, as you mentioned, leapfrogs some impressive guys. Rand Paul, Paul Ryan, Senator Cruz, Governor Walker, Governor Perry, Senator Rubio. They're all down in the 4, 5s, and 6s, and a lot of that I think will change once we get decisions. And we're going to get decisions early in the new year.